So tell us more about the importance of planting out the weed matting and any other suggestions you have.
So planting out the weed matting is one of the very, very important steps. And it's important to do it as soon as possible after installation. This allows the plants time to get established and create their own canopy cover before the matting starts to degrade down.
So is it possible for me to plant first and then put weed mat around afterwards?
We recommend always putting the weed matting down first. However, if you do have an area that is already planted, we do have pre-cut weed mat squares that can be used in this instance.
So is there anything I need to know about plant spacing?
Plant spacing is another key point to note, and it's important to plant the plants as close as possible together to achieve canopy closure as soon as possible and before the mat starts to break down.
So tell me, what is canopy closure?
So canopy closure is the term used when the plant foliage is established enough to block out sunlight getting to the ground below, preventing weed growth. It is important that this is achieved before the matting starts to break down.
So how do I know if I'm planting close enough to achieve canopy closure?
So knowing you're planting close enough all comes down to the species of plant used, whether it's a ground cover, a grass. It's important to check with your local nursery of the full developed size of the plant.
So what tools will I need to plant out the matting?
So planting into biodegradable matting is a simple task. The tools you need are either a simple standing knife, a pair of commercial or kitchen scissors, or in large commercial jobs you can use an angle grinder with a cut-off reel. The idea is to create an inverted T-cut into the matting, allowing you to plant directly into the soil below. If you do end up with a larger hole than is required, we recommend either pinning it or using a small amount of bark mulch to block out the sunlight in that area.
After planting out the matting, should I lay bark mulch on top of it?
If your plants aren't fully established when the matting starts to break down, at that point we recommend you could put some bark mulch around the plants. This just helps to extend the life of the matting and keep the weeds suppressed for slightly longer.
Will the area require any further maintenance after planting?
In some cases there will be maintenance required after installation, as in some cases there is wind-blown weeds and seeds from bird droppings that will penetrate through the matting and grow. This is a natural happening with almost any weed mat.
Are there any final tips you can give me?
The final tip I'd like to give you is that there are other options of biodegradable weed matting on the market. So it is important to get samples of each weed mat option, as they do vary in quality and density. And this is important when choosing the right product for your job, as you don't want to have to go back and spend time weeding and maintaining your investment. Feel free to call into our Auckland or Christchurch branches to view our products, or call us today to pick up your free sample.